7 years ago, I started my weight loss journey. I had lost over 145 pounds. I got down to a really healthy weight, around 230 pounds. I was lean. I was looking nice. And over the course of the last 2 years, I've gained all of that weight back, actually, every last pound. And I know there's a lot of people that are scared to talk about these things. They're nervous, but I've always been very vulnerable regardless of my weight. Yeah, it's hard to talk about sometimes, but it's also a great feeling knowing that I can help others learn from my mistakes and some things that I went through to kind of get back on track when I mess up. So my last video was created probably a little over 2 years ago. Since then, I've actually had 2 children in that time span. And I've also opened up a restaurant and closed one down, and I've just kind of been doing a lot of different things, media, videography. I was in the restaurant business, a lot of different entrepreneurial stuff, and I moved from Minnesota to Jacksonville, North Carolina. I'm going to pretty much update you guys on what I've been up to and the things that I'm doing to jump back into fitness after a long break from it that wasn't really planned. It just kind of happened, and now I'm taking control of my life and my habits and getting back to it. And this is how I started. So the first thing is simple workouts. Don't make it too crazy and don't overthink this. You can go a long ways just sticking with the main compound lifts, you know, the big lifts, the bench press, the squat rack, deadlift, things like that. But one thing that I like to include with those type of simple exercises is circuit training, which is like 45 seconds of something that's like high intensity, you know, maybe throwing like a weighted ball, or, you know, doing some jump rope or high jumps and stuff like that. So those type of things are going to really help you get going. They're going to keep your heart rate up and get those calories burning. The second thing I would say is you got to change your approach to the kitchen. Now, I've always been the type of person where I would like make excuses, or I could point the finger easily because a lot of people around me don't they're not on a diet as well, or they're not eating, you know, as clean as I would like to eat and things like that. And I have to be honest with myself. I'm a food addict. So it does get a little difficult sometimes to look at others eating, you know, chips and crackers or ice cream or drinking pop and things like that. And it is difficult sometimes to sit there and sit back and watch that happen, knowing that I can't have it. But at the same time, you have to control yourself and control your environment. And for me, that is taking a simple approach in the kitchen. I mainly tell people to focus on protein, you know, eat a lot of lean meat. I try to get as many calories from protein from eating rather than just taking protein shakes. Protein shakes are great, but it also is nice to have your body naturally digest the protein instead of just, you know, chugging it all down in a protein shake. So change your approach in the kitchen and simplify what you're eating in the kitchen. Go for whole foods, high protein, and try to stay away from a lot of those terrible seed oils that everybody's talking about nowadays. I think one important thing is for the people, at least, that have never worked out before, or they're getting back into the gym after not working out for a long time, just really understand that this is like your hell week. You know, you have to be prepared for the fact that this is going to be terrible for the first week or two. Yeah, endorphins get flowing and you have days where you feel good, but for the most part, this shit is terrible. And it takes a while for your body to adjust and to really start accepting and feeling those dopamine releases when you're exercising, and those endorphins flowing, and feeling what it is to really work out and enjoy it, in your body to, you know, to stick with the program. So just know that it's going to be very hard for the first week or two, and just stay optimistic and understand that there is a breakthrough at some point where you're like, man, I really kind of am addicted to this shit. The same way you're addicted when you pick up your phone and you're just scrolling mindlessly through Instagram or through social media. It's the same release when you're in the gym. There's dopamine released, there's endorphins that are pumping through your body, and you feel good, you feel better, and you get addicted to that if you do it long enough. And it doesn't take months and months at a time. This can happen in the first several weeks. So be prepared for the first week or two to be terrible. After that, it will get easier for you. I'm just going to throw this in the middle of the video because it is super important, and there's not much of I don't want to dive too deep into it, but water and sleep are two of the most important things that you can do when you're trying to lose weight, and they should be in the forefront of any weight loss journey. You need sleep to recover. You need water to make sure that vitamins and nutrients are traveling throughout the body and getting where they need to go, staying hydrated. You don't want to hold your body back at all. You being dehydrated and trying to lose weight is pretty much like holding your own shirt while you're running for a race. You're holding yourself back. So properly hydrate and get as much sleep as possible. Okay, so these are just a few basic things. I'm trying to get back into the flow of these IHuntHealth videos. I haven't done them in a while, so bear with me. I'm a little fresh at this. I've been doing a lot of media stuff lately, and I make music. I'm a producer and a videographer as well, so I've been kind of dealing with that field. So I'm trying to get my brain back into Hunt Health mode and studying the body and studying calories and foods and just really, digesting things again. So bear with me as I do that. I do want to say though that don't be discouraged about gaining weight. It sucks. It's very unfortunate, but you have to understand that there's a certain point where you just got to do something about it. And that's where I'm at is coaches don't stop coaching in the middle of a game because their team's getting their ass whooped by 48 points. They don't just walk off the field and quit. So you have to understand that it's not going to get really any easier and nobody's coming to save you. And at some point you just got to stand up, look in the mirror and be happy with what you see, but know that you can do better. So I say that to say, I've gained all my weight back. It's not because I'm not capable. It's not because I'm not smart or I rushed this or I did something bad along the way that was, it was none of that. Life hits sometimes and life hits hard and it'll knock you on your ass and you won't be prepared for it. And sometimes you'll wake up and be in a whole different mindset than you ever imagined. So for me, I just try to stay humble. I try to stay the course and to catch myself while I'm slipping. And I slipped far this time with my weight loss, but not in my whole life. Things have not just been terrible and downhill for me. I'm growing as a person. I'm growing in every aspect of my life. And this is a starting point to hit the reset button in my life and to grow even better. So I appreciate y'all for watching this video. Thanks for coming to the Hunt Health channel. I missed y'all. I'm happy to be back. Tons of videos and updates coming soon on my weight, where I'm at. I'm actually down a good amount of weight right now. I was in a 4X when I first moved to Jacksonville. And I'm in a 3X now comfortably, which is a great feeling. I'm still pretty big right now, but it's coming off quickly. So appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you for coming. We'll see you next time.